What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Last Week in the NBA, the series where I get you caught up on everything that you've missed this last week in basketball. Let's jump into it. And that brings us back here to the spreadsheets. It always brings us back to the spreadsheets, man. That is the core of this channel. By the way, you guys might have noticed I started out the video with a full cam and everything. My lip is healing a little bit if you look really closely, which I don't advise you do. That's kind of a weird thing if you're doing that. My lips are a little bit glistening. I got some Bliss Tex on there. If any of y'all have ever used Bliss Tex, this video's not sponsored, but that stuff is amazing. It's like that and Vicks Vapor Rub. That was like my whole childhood right here. My dad grew up a little hoodlum and everything, thus he raised me to be his little hoodlum, right? And we just rubbed Vicks on everything to make any sort of problem better, and that's just how you fix things. But anyway, you guys don't need to hear about that. We're back here to talk about basketball and in the NBA. If this was your first video on my channel, you're probably a little bit confused already. But in short, this is a series where I get you guys caught up on everything. We're going to talk about our key performers of last week. We're going to look around the NBA to see who's leading in different categories. We've got news and highlights to cover, a very in-depth rookie report, a standings update where we're going to talk about each team at least a little bit, and we try to encompass it all in one video here, and I build these spreadsheets to kind of help articulate and tell my story. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Let's jump into our highlights of the week. First player I want to highlight this week is DeMar DeRozan, DeMarvelous DeRozan. As a former Bulls, or as a former Bulls fan, it feels like I'm getting to that point nowadays, but no. As a Bulls fan, DeMar DeRozan, I can tell you firsthand, this guy's just been a bucket getter for forever. If you were a Raptors fan, you know. If you were a Spurs fans, you know. And if you're a Kings fan now, for a year now, you've known DeMar DeRozan is just a bucket. 29 points per game this week, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 53% from the field, 50% from three in 3 games this week. He was a plus 11, playing almost 40 minutes a night right now. DeMar DeRozan, he has been doing it this year. If you look at like the actual like efficiency for him this season, hasn't always been the greatest. The Kings have had a pretty up and down year, but overall, like, he's a positive for the team, playing a lot of minutes, 22 points, almost 4 assists, almost 4 rebounds, getting you a steal a game still. For the amount of difficult shots he takes, it is incredible. He's still hitting clutch shots to this day, and DeMar DeRozan still was doing that this week. I think it was against Dallas. Was that when he hit, was it a game winner? I think that's what it was. But DeMar has been awesome, still just playing the same game that he always has. Get you in isolation, get to his spots, get buckets. I'm trying to tell you guys, DeMar DeRozan, if you're a kid, watch DeMar DeRozan. Like, that is the player you should strive to be. And I don't know, I just wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to him this week, because he is just continuing to kill it. The Kings themselves, we're not sure what's going on with them at this point, but you know what, we can still enjoy DeMar and the fact that he's just gonna keep crushing it in the NBA until he's probably like 45. So shout out to DeMar DeRozan. Next guy I want to give a shout out to, and by the way, it's a shortened week, right? So keep that understanding in the front of your minds, but it's Josh Hart. 24 points per game this last week, 5.5 assists, 10 rebounds, which is, if you're paying attention to basketball, that doesn't surprise you, a steal and half a block, shooting at almost 59% from the field, and then not surprisingly, only about 17% from 3. But Josh Hart, man, he's doing it all for New York. We all know that they play these dudes a lot of minutes, right? But 43 minutes a night right now, and that's no anomaly. If we pull up Josh Hart, we know that Josh Hart famously wasn't coming out in those playoff games at all. But look at this. He plays 38 minutes a night this year. That is insane. On the season, averaging about 15 points, almost 6 assists, almost 10 rebounds. This dude is 6'4". He's shorter than me. And he's in the NBA grabbing almost 10 rebounds a night from the field. This guy's basically a 6'4" center at this point, like shooting at 56% from the field, hitting a third of his 3-pointers, which honestly you take considering everything else, right? It's like if we could get Amen Thompson to that point, then it'd be phenomenal, right? Amen's hitting 1 out of every 4 right now, but this is basically a primed Amen Thompson that's not nearly as athletic making this stuff happen. So we know that the Knicks players never come out, right? Like, we can take a look at Karl Anthony Towns. How many minutes? 35 minutes a game there. How about Jalen Brunson? 35 minutes there. What about OG? 36. And Mikal, oops, I typed it in the wrong spot. Pull up Mikal Bridges. 38 minutes there. Yeah, and then most of their 6-man minutes come from Mr. McBride, about 32. Oh, I pulled up Miles Bridges. I needed McBride here, 23 minutes a game. Yeah, that sounds much more reasonable. But yeah, no, the Knicks, man, they continue to kind of roll. I'm very curious to see what this team does in the playoffs. Will they be able to add any talent to their bench whatsoever? I don't know, but if you guys are watching the clips that are probably up in the corner over there, it's just Josh Hart crashing for rebounds and cutting. That's his offense. So shout out Josh Hart, man. He's awesome. Next guy to highlight, another former Chicago Bull, Lowry legend, Lauri Markkanen. This last week in 3 games, 23 points per game, not passing that ball at all with only 0.7 assists, about 5 rebounds, getting you about a steal and a half, 52% from the field and about 37.5% from 3. Comparing that to the rest of his season, now Lauri Markkanen's still having a good basketball season overall, but you can see here the efficiency isn't great. About 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, not efficient from the field, about league average from 3. And why is that, right? Well, we know the Jazz. The Jazz aren't very good this year. Their roster's pretty bleh. Obviously, we'd still like to see more shots go in, but Lauri Markkanen's not creating very much this year. They've got a lot of young guards that they're putting a lot of time and effort into. You can tell whether it's Collier, Keyshawn George, right? And even Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton, who have a lot of ball handling responsibilities. And none of those guys are really doing a great job of setting up Markkanen, and he's just not getting the ball nearly as much. His usage rate does seem to be down quite a bit, and so it's going to be what it's going to be. I think it's important to remember how good of a player Markkanen is. The strength at which he attacks the rim, the shooting is always good. If he can actually get a good look off, his ability to put the ball on the floor, be such a smart basketball player, hit tough shots falling away from any angle. He's awesome. I know a lot of people were disappointed that he wasn't a tradable player this year after he signed his extension at the time that he did, but dude really likes Utah, and he likes that he gets to be the guy there, and dude has the ultimate green light. He just takes a lot of shots, even though they're contested. And look, dude's 7'1" with a long wingspan, so not many people are going to block him anyway. But I'm sure it's fun to be the guy in a place that you like to live, and you're making good money. So shout out Lauri Markkanen, man. He's living the dream. My goal was to never coach Duke basketball when I was a college coach, right? It was never to do that. I was I want to live as close to the people that I love and just enjoy where I live and coached at the best possible way that I can. So there you go. That was my dream. It was never to coach at the very, very top, but it was to be competitive and be in a place where you can kind of balance it. So shout out Lauri Markkanen, man. He's awesome. Final guy here, a guy that's finally hitting some shots, Tobias Harris for the Detroit Pistons. I want to give them a shout out because I think the Pistons went 3-0 this week. I'm pretty sure they went 3-0. I'm pretty sure they beat the Bulls twice this week, which, that doesn't really tell you much, but hey, shout out the Pistons, and a big part of it, Tobias Harris hitting shots. This plus 19, ignore it a little bit, because one of those games they were just beating the brakes off of them boys for the Chicago Bulls. It was gross. But yeah, this last week, 19 points per game, about 4 rebounds, not really, again, passing the ball. It's not really his job there. Getting you almost 2 steals a game and almost a block, 62% from the field, 40% from 3. That's awesome. Again, if you look at Tobias this season, hasn't been all that great. 13.5 points per game, almost 6 rebounds. The efficiency's not really looking good anywhere. That's 2 years in a row now for Tobias Harris, and mind you, he's been on some disorganized teams, but this Pistons team is starting to have some logic to it, so we'd like to see those numbers start to increase a little bit, so hopefully we can get that out of Tobias Harris. But clearly it has a profound effect when Tobias is hitting and he's out there running it with Cade, who Cade's one of the worst transition players in the NBA, but regardless, I just remember one fast break where they just kind of kept passing it between each other and Tobias got a nice dunk. So if we can see more of them just getting out, playing a little bit more free, getting Tobias some better looks, maybe play Malik Beasley a few more minutes, then you know what, maybe things would go better for them. But hey, shout out to Tobias Harris. He was hitting his shots. Some of them he's even creating himself. I know he had some nice rip throughs. He's getting to the free throw line using his old man strength to kind of bump you, turn around, fade, hit it in people's face. Shout out to Tobias Harris, man. Those are our highlighted players for the week. Let's take a look around the association. Alrighty, as per usual, our games to qualify is now up to 35 games in order to make any of our charts here. Shots to qualify, still need to take at least 5 shots a game to make it on the field goal list, and 3 threes per game to make it on the 3-point percentage leaders. Our points per game leaders, this isn't really changing very much. Just Shea, Giannis, Jokic, Maxey, Ant, Durant, Tatum, and Booker. I'm guessing LaMelo is the only one missing from that. Oh, LaMelo and Luka. They don't hit the games to qualify right there, so a little bit of context there. Our assists per game, it's still just Trey, Jokic, Cade, LeBron still up there. I'll be curious to see if that number starts to drop a little more as Luka plays more minutes. Because how many minutes per night is Luka playing right now? He's only playing about 23. Obviously, still just getting his feet out under him. He was in a cast and on a scooter for a while, right? And I know some people were like, "Oh, Luka looks so slow and out of shape and everything." Like, yeah, y'all, there's not exactly a way to get back in basketball shape unless you've actually been playing basketball. Like, I promise you, during, like, COVID, when that was a thing, you know, I was still in college, right? And I'm like, okay, how do I stay in shape? You know, they're taking the rims down in my city that I live in, and I was like, I guess I'll just start going on runs. And so I started going on, like, I got to the point where I was running like 14 miles like a day, which, by the way, started to hurt my shins a little bit. And then I found it was hurting my vertical because I was running on just like some sidewalks and stuff like that. So that was annoying. So I stopped doing that. But, you know, then I go and play basketball like not long after that. I'm winded after like 3 times going up and down the court. So it's just a different thing. It's kind of that interval training. If there's any trainers out there, you just know that there's a difference with that. But otherwise, James Harden, also up there in the assists. Our rebounding leaders, these 5 names, this has been it this year. Domantas Sabonis, who was, I can't believe he's not like an all-star. That is absolutely insane that Sabonis isn't an all-star. If you go look at like any metrics, he's one of the best players in basketball, and he's just not being included. So I know the defense isn't phenomenal. It's not bad. Like, it's actually pretty good overall. He just doesn't block shots. So whatever. Domantas Sabonis not going to be in it. Karl-Anthony Towns, phenomenal season. Jokic, because he leads in like everything. Zubac's having a really underrated year. And then Giannis, who actually is injured right now. Did Giannis play any games this season or this week? No, he did not. I think Dame was out a couple as well. Yep, no Dame either. Bucks. Sorry, Bucks fans. Steals per game, still Dyson Daniels sticking with 3. That is an awesome number. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, along with basically every other Thunder player, getting a ton of steals. Tyrese Maxey, Tari Eason, still getting minutes with Jabari Smith Jr. being down, him and Jayshawn Tate, and then Jokic again, because he's the best player in the world. He just is. Our blocks per game leader, similar names here. Victor Wembanyama. Again, no one will ever catch him. Walker Kessler, who's having just a really nice season in and of itself. We could just get him a little bit tougher underneath the rim. Oh, we could have a nice thing going, but he's young. Anthony Davis. Sorry, Mavericks fans. We're going to talk about that because, believe it or not, that did happen this week. So we'll talk about it. Daniel Gafford. Again, sorry, Mavericks fans. It's just... oh my goodness. Brook Lopez, also on that list, having another good defensive year. Our field goal percentage leaders, Walker Kessler. Again, if we could get him just a little bit tougher, because he still just gets out-muscled and moved sometimes. Like, I can't even imagine what that field goal percentage could be. Jared Allen. Then we got Daniel Gafford again. Jalen Duren, who all he does is basically catch alley-oops and just dunk the basketball. And then Rudy Gobert. Shout out to him for getting up on that list. I believe he got onto our list last week. And then our three-point percentage leaders, Luke Kennard. You just, if you went to an NBA game, right, and maybe I've made this analogy with Luke Kennard before, and like, you know nothing about the NBA, right? You saw Luke Kennard warming up, you'd be like, that guy's a shooter, right? If you just got a blank scouting report for the first time and it just had this motherfucker's picture right here, you'd be like, why is he in the NBA? I'd be like, lockdown shooter, probably a lefty. They're like, yep. And there you go. That's Luke Kennard. Torian Prince probably looks the exact opposite of Luke Kennard. Okay, don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. Look, God damn it. But also a knockdown shooter. There's a spectrum, y'all. There's a spectrum of shooters out there. Nikola Jokic again, because why not? Keon Ellis for the Kings, just continuing to stroke that thing. And then Karl-Anthony Towns, having an awesome year. Shout out Big Cat, man. Alrighty. That's our look around the association and our slight traversal into some subtle racism. Let's go talk about news and highlights. Alrighty, y'all, there's a lot to talk about, right? So we're going to go through all of these tabs. Dallas Mavericks fans, you guys are cursed. You guys are absolutely 100% cursed. You guys traded Luka, and it has been horrendous ever since. So obviously, Anthony Davis, he plays in that first game. He's getting buckets. Like, let's pull up 80. I know this feels like a while ago already. Oh, technically, he didn't fall into this, and I think that's because that game happened. Yeah, okay, I know why that's the case. But anyway, I didn't cover it in last week's video, so it's on there. Anthony Davis, he's hooping, right? He goes down with non-contact injury. Okay, you know what? Not the biggest deal. We're down Lively as well. At least we still got Gafford. Gafford's down with an injury now. Dwight Powell, who you don't even want on the court, he goes down. So now who do you have playing center? There he is. Oliver Maxson's prospered. That's your center now. Boom. That's your guy who's typically more of a wing. So I know Jason Kidd is sick at this point. He is sick. Adam Silver was making some comments at All-Star Weekend like, hey, Dallas fans, I know you're upset, but this team at the end of the day is just trying to do what's best for its organization. if I was a Mavericks fan, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, Adam Silver. Like, I bet you they did think that. I'm sure they weren't being like, oh, let me just stab myself in the hip right now. It's like, no. Like, they did think that. That's the problem, though. They're big dum-dums. Like, we don't want those big dum-dums here anymore. We hate those big dum-dums. So, yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't even know why he commented on it. You just need to let people forget about things. It is what it is. I know Mark Cuban is ill. I know Jason Kidd is like, I hate my life. Like, I had it, and you just took it away for no reason. That I can't get Jason Kidd's face in that press conference out of my mind. Like, I know it's been a little bit now. It's been like a couple weeks since the trade. I still can't comprehend that Luke is in a Lakers jersey right here. Like, holy shit. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right, next thing here. The Minnesota Timberwolves had some new ownership. For those of you not keeping up with this, basically, A-Rod and this guy named Lore, I believe it's Mark Lore or something like that. I don't know where his money comes from exactly. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. But a couple years ago or whenever it was, they were like, hey, we're buying the Minnesota Timberwolves. And people were like, oh, cool, this is awesome. What's the name of the guy that is currently the owner of Glenn Taylor? He's the guy that owns the Timberwolves right now. He was willing to sell a majority stake of the Timberwolves to these two guys coming in right here, which is exciting, right? These seem like they're going to be more active owners. Minnesota Timberwolves fans know that it just hasn't been a great existence since you've come into the NBA. You've basically had 2 good seasons ever. One of them was last season, and then you went and traded Cat, and now you have Julius Randle, and you're just sad again, right? So A-Rod comes in, he's talking a big game. He's like, nope, we're going to be more like player-centric. We're going to make bigger moves and everything. There was some talk that he might try to move them to Seattle, which, you know what? Whatever. Like, we'll cross that bridge when we come there. But anyway, so they go make this offer, right? And it gets approved, blah, blah, blah. Timberwolves have a really good year. All of a sudden, the franchise is worth a lot more because Anthony Edwards and the team's doing really well. So then Glenn Taylor says, no, I'm not actually going to sell the team to you guys anymore. You guys need to give me more money. To which they were like, what the hell, dude? We already agreed to it. Like the whole NBA, the other owners approved of it and everything, because that's how that process works. So they go to court about it. And basically, the court ruled in favor of A-Rod and Mark. And they said, hey, yeah, no, you have to sell it to them for the price you said before. Sorry, dum-dum. That's business right there. And so Timberwolves fans get to rejoice. A-Rod and Lore are coming in. Hopefully, things are going to be better. Oh, they also get the links, apparently, which I didn't actually know that. But yeah, so it's going to be a while still until they take complete control, I presume. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Shout out to them. Next thing, we got Mark Williams drama. So basically, you guys remember, right? Mark Williams is going to go to the Lakers. And then they did a whole examination of the dude, and they were like, oh my gosh, this guy's his body's going to crumble. Basically, they put into his contract, or the trade contract, saying hey, you got to pass our physicals. You have to get XYZ scores to pass these physicals, otherwise we can rescind the trade. The sketchy Charlotte Hornets were like, oh no. But yeah, by the way, Charlotte Hornets fans, I know we've been praising your front office a little bit more. Y'all are hella sketchy for doing this, though. Clearly they knew this dude was broken down and they didn't want him. They traded him to the Lakers. He comes back. They put out that statement hey, yeah, we're welcoming you back with open arms and everything. But then after all of that, the Hornets basically filed an appeal and said, hey, no, we want this to be investigated. Mark Williams should have been this should have been traded. This is ridiculous. So it's okay, so you didn't want Mark Williams. Clearly now this sends a message to everybody that hey, nobody should want Mark Williams. So this is a pretty big disaster for them. I saw on the Jeff Teague podcast, which he said it very, very well. I fucking love Jeff Teague. That guy's hilarious. I don't really watch it religiously, but whenever I see a clip, I think it's funny. They're like, yeah, we should have known some shit was up when they was trying to trade a 23, 22-year-old center that fits so well next to Melo. They should have been yeah, why don't they want this motherfucker? Right? And so, yeah, there was clearly something wrong. Clearly their medical team has been yo, Mark is literally gonna collapse. We need to get rid of this guy now. So the sketchy Hornets tried to dump him off. But now there's Adam Silver saying we should take a look at how these deals work and everything. Maybe they'll have an NBA doctor staff be the ones that have to do the evaluations from now on. I've seen some people say why is it the team doctors? A little bit of an inside look as someone that's worked within these teams and everything. These doctors are not like full-time employees of the team. That's not how that works. They wouldn't make enough money doing that. They work for hospitals, and then basically part-time, like, come be with the team, and there's kind of like a rotation of these doctors. Usually if you're like a D1 team, you have like one team doctor or something like that. These teams have like a couple that come through. So basically all these guys come in, they evaluate the players, they give their honest opinions. You can't pay these people off or anything. These are doctors, right? Like, it's, look, doctor, like, fraud and sketchy stuff happens, but come on now, like, it's just, that's not what happens here. These doctors are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They give a score as to what they think. They're taking a look at this guy's body and saying he's deteriorating very, very quickly. It doesn't look very good. I don't trust that his body can withstand being an NBA player, basically. And that's what they told the Lakers, and the Lakers went and made it known to everybody that the Hornets are a little bit sketchy. But hey, they're trying to make moves, so I credit the Hornets for that at the end of the day. I said at the end of the day again. That one counts. It's fine. I'm allowed to use it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm trying to take that phrase out of my vocabulary. But anyway, so that's what's going on with Mark Williams. Next thing here, we have the Raptors and Brandon Ingram getting an extension. So Brandon Ingram was traded to the Raptors. We've already talked about the deal extensively. Makes sense for both sides. At the end of the day, I think it's fine. So he gets a 3-year, $120 million extension, $40 million a year. They've also said that he's probably not going to be playing anytime soon, which, look, if you're a Raptors fan, cool. Not a big deal. Would we like to see him on the court a little bit? Sure, but clearly we'd like to be tanking if we're this team as well and trying to get another top-end talent. $40 million a year, like, for his level of talent, yes, that is pretty appropriate. And it's hard, right? Because you don't want to get a guy like this unless you know your team's kind of ready to go. Because is Brandon Ingram going to like even guarantee you like a playoff spot when he's on your team? No, he's a borderline all-star player, which is why you make about $40 million. That's about what it costs to get a guy like that when they're in their prime. But typically you don't add a guy like this, or I say typically, like a lot of these like salary structures are pretty new, but the strategy in mind right now is like these are kind of like final piece moves right here. And this is a team that's still kind of trying to rebuild, so that's where it's kind of interesting. But I almost said it again. With this team and where they're currently at, it's strange, but they made a good economic choice because they got more value back in their trade than they gave up. And so they're trying to look at it that way and see if it makes some sense. Again, setting quite the landing pad for if they can get a top 3 talent, but I guess we'll see, y'all. I guess we'll see. If you're a Pelicans fan, let me know what you thought of that trade. If you're a Raptors fan, tell me if you're excited about this deal. As a reminder, I respond to every single comment in my comment section. If you go here right now, do I have any comments? No comments, because I've responded to them all. If I haven't responded to one of your comments, it means that YouTube held it for some reason, and that's your fault, not mine, because I take all restrictions off my comments. But anyway, stay tuned to the end of the video where I'll do my comment to the video. But yeah, that's Brandon Ingram. Next thing here, well, I wanted to take a second and be like, hey, Luka Doncic, first game with the Lakers. I wanted to take a look because I thought it was kind of interesting, some of the ways that JJ Redick was using him to get involved with things. So I figured we could have a quick sit-down film session where we're just looking over Luka Doncic film right here. Dude's looking a little bit bored. Coming out here, we're going to hit a 3. I want to see how he gets looks with this team because here's the thing, right? Dallas was doing something with Luka this year where more than ever he was getting assisted shot makes, right? Normally it's just Luka has the ball the entire time. We've done a whole video on it on this channel in the past about this is how much like he has the basketball, yada, 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 right? This year, they're doing more to set him up, and it was going well. And so we have to wonder with an even more X's and O's wise coach and JJ Redick, what's actually going to happen here. So here's typical pick and roll, right? He's going to go into his step back. Yep, that's typical Luka. That's what we're used to seeing, right? Pretty basic. He's great. Those are the things that he can do, right? Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Going into the mid-range here. Great pass. I remember this one. He's going to sneak right under here, get that leg. Cool. I didn't watch this game past halftime just because I wasn't interested. They were kicking the shit out of him, but the Jazz beat him later. Okay, taking a shot here. Typical Luka shot. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I want to see when we start getting into some more clues. So look right here. This already, we're trying to get Luka a touch somewhere else that's not at the top of the court. So we're coming and setting a little pin down here. He's getting a little touch. They had to switch onto Ju Zhang. He's able to touch, go, fade. Not the most efficient shot in the world, but hey, for Luka, That's great. That's a much lower effort shot for him than he otherwise has to do. A little bit of action to set him up. All right, Luka's running. Here we go. Taking a shot. That's Luka's stuff. Yeah, why not? Why not? I want to see what other plays they had drawn up day one for this guy. All right, so we're going into a little handoff here. He splits, but even then, he didn't have to create that, which I find very interesting. So inbound, comes, gets a little handoff, splits the difference there. Cool. A lot of bad defenders out there trying to guard him right now. Keontae George is one of the worst defenders in the NBA. So, is what it is. So already, off the basketball, right? Rui's bringing the ball up the court. He's got a smaller defender on him. This is the one where, this is probably the worst shot he took this game, when he has a much smaller defender on him and he just kind of rose up and settled. Getting back into game shape. Not the biggest deal. Where do we go from here? All right, we're back into normal Luka play. I swear there were more plays where he was getting set up in this one. So, doesn't draw the foul here. Already complaining to refs again. All right, second half. Luka comes up from a little pin down screen here. He's going, but even still, that's much different than normally he just walks the ball up and goes straight into pick and roll type things. Going, and one! Luka! Yay! Oh man, get that big white boy up off the ground. All right, we're isoing in the corner now, which is kind of interesting. That's low-key a carry. He's going to go, takes a really tough shot, almost goes in. That would have been tough as hell. Honestly, got a good look at it. Where are we going from here? So him and LeBron passing the ball around, good, space, take a three, nothing. Okay, not seeing a ton right here. This is going to be something that we want to watch, though, going forward. So this is Luka dancing on Filipowski, tries to draw something, can't draw it right there. Probably got a little lazy there again. All right, bringing the ball up the court, traditional Luka type stuff right there. That's the type of stuff we're used to seeing out of Luka, where it's just kind of run up, try to make things happen. Oh, well, why do I remember more stuff in there? Maybe he just didn't end up taking shots on some of them, but what I want you guys to do is, like, watch that. See if that's a thing that continues to be the case. We want to watch those numbers of, like, assisted baskets, see if that continues to go up, but whatever. I thought there was going to be more to watch than that than there was. You know what? Not everything here is a hit. Just relax. Speaking of Lakers and news like that, they got their center, and no, it's not Dwight Howard. It's Alex Len. That's where Kings fans go, because, yeah, Alex Len has not been the greatest center for a little bit, because here, we can take a look at Alex Len's numbers for the year. 1.5 points per game. 1.9 rebounds per game. 52% from the field, so I guess you take that. He's only been playing about 7.5 minutes. But look, the Lakers needed size. They went and found another center that wasn't named Jackson Hayes that's played NBA minutes, so you know what? You can't complain at the end of the day. You can't. So you have Alex Len on the team. Congratulations. Other guys that have been signed. Markelle Fultz signed to the Kings, which Markelle Fultz was the guy that we all said, how did he not sign with an NBA team? He's definitely NBA good. Does he have his faults? Yeah, and his shooting? Sure. The Kings desperately needed a point guard because they traded Fox. They didn't really get one back. They've got a lot of ball handlers on the team, and like more than comfortable ones between Levine, DeRozan, Keon. Hell, Keegan Murray can put the ball on the floor. Obviously Malik Monk. Devin Carter's on the team. It hasn't been going too good. I think Devin Carter's also hurt right now, maybe, if I remember correctly. Did he get hurt again? I don't know. But yeah, they don't have a lot of other ball handler options on the team, so they went and got Markelle Fultz, which I think makes a lot of sense. And he'll bring some defense. He'll put some pressure on teams. He can pass the ball around. Cool. Shout out to Markelle Fultz, man. Glad he's back in the NBA. What do I have here? Oh, yes. Okay, so I have... I actually missed one thing. Jamal Murray had 55 points. We always highlight when guys get a 50 ball. So shout out Jamal Murray. We're just like desensitized from 50-point games at this point, aren't we? Like, I remember as a kid growing up, and I'm like, whoa, Melo had 50 last night. Like, that was insane. Now it feels like it happens every other week, and it's usually Shea. And, yeah, much like Westbrook with the triple-double, he's ruined it for everybody. So, yeah, there you go. But I wanted to show these highlights of Amen Thompson because I watch a lot of film, right? I watch a lot of film, watch a lot of box scores. This clip made me laugh so hard. I think it's this clip. I think it's the early one. He had 2 blocks in this game, but there was one of these blocks that just had me laughing so hard. So, all right, let's see it right here. Let's see. Dylan Brooks, he's being a playmaker right now, throws the ball right to Royce O'Neal. Yeah, this is it. And look at this. Amen Thompson is a very fast man. Like, we all know, stupid athletic. I love this. So look at him just jogging. I know right here. Like... if KD and Bull don't tell him, like, bro, you about to get your shit scent. Like, he's stalking him right now, like a cheetah or something like that, just waiting. Okay, I'll let the whole clip play. I'm sorry, but it kills me. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get you, bitch. I'm gonna get you. If you don't give me that stupid shit, I'm dead. That's like the shit I used to do to my little brother when we'd play out in the yard growing up. Just, you didn't give me that stupid shit. I'm dead, man. It's so funny. You see how nonchalant he was about it afterwards? Just give me that. I don't know why it kills me so. Look at that. Just like, yeah, man, why the fuck would you try that? What was the other block you got here? I'm kind of curious. Oh boy, is that Gillespie? Yeah, give me that stuff. Why would you try? That's the same thing right there. Watch this. Notice how he gets in a position when you get, this is some teaching right here. When you get beat, so right here, he technically has him beat. You stop shuffling at that point and you turn around, and the only way you can beat him is you need to beat him back here. So picture this, right? So like Colin Gillespie is taking this like curved path to get to the rim right now. The quickest way between point A and point B is a straight line, right? So what he does is he turns around and he goes in a straight line to where he knows he needs to go, which is at the rim right here. And so Amen just turns right into that, says, give me that stupid shit, little ass white boy. I'm going to take that basketball. And he just takes off, just absolutely takes off. And no, that first block killed me, man, because when I was watching the game back and I saw that steal, I was like, oh no, he's right behind you. And he just, Royce O'Neal's like, Euro, bop. Give me that shit. So I don't know, man. It made me laugh. It made me laugh. But anyway, the big thing, All-Star Weekend, right? The All-Star game hasn't happened yet, and can I keep it real with you guys? I did not watch a single thing on Saturday. I was busy, I was working, I was doing other things, and so I wanted to react to it for you guys. And you know what? I'm not even going to react to some of it. We're just going to react to the dunk contest, the skills competition. Apparently Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley won it. They passed the ball through some tires, made some shots. Yeah, that's the skills competition. It's whatever. I liked it better when it was like the big men that you made run around do it. I would rather see the most uncoordinated players go through it. That sounds way more fun to me. So, yep, they won. Chris Paul and Wembanyama got kicked out for being smarter than everyone else because it was a time competition. So, I don't know. Apparently, it might have been in the rules that you have to take a legitimate shot attempt, which, like, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. For Jalen Green, those might have been legitimate shot attempts. Don't mean to catch a stray there. I heard the three-point contest was just horrible, but Tyler Hero won, so shout out Tyler Hero. Made his first All-Star team and won the three-point contest. Good year to get some trophy case material for the boy Hero for the Miami Heat. But anyway, I figured what we could do is, let me turn on my audio and everything and even get like my headphones out. I figured it could be fun to actually like react to these dunks live because I haven't seen them yet. I didn't watch, this is my first year I think ever where I didn't watch the dunk contest live, and it was because I looked at the who was in it and I'm like, okay, Stephon Castle, Andre Jackson, and Matas are not going to be very good at this. There's just no way. Those are in-game dunkers. I'm sure the NBA called 45 other people to do it first. This is who they landed on, right? They got Mac McClung in. Apparently, Mac wins it. He gets his three-peat first one ever. A lot of people saying he's the greatest dunker of all time. Now, I got to see what this dude did. I made sure not to watch any highlights so you guys could get my raw reaction to this stuff. And I'm just excited to see these dunks, man. I feel like I should go into like standing desk mode for this as well. So let me cut real quick. Alrighty, we're standing up now. So now we can appropriately react to these things. And hey, just so you guys know, I can dunk a basketball. I've caught like a reverse oop, cool, right? Like I've done like a clutch dunk, cool. I can't do any of this shit. Like I just can't really. I've had some nice putbacks where, you know, I might get up and punch it, but like I'm a subpar in-game dunker, right? I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't have crazy bounce or anything. I'm just 6'5" and above average athletically. So take that as you will. But here we go. What are we doing, Stephon? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh. 360 windmill, like that's really difficult, right? That's not an in-game. Paul George has done that in-game. Like, great hang time. Love watching it. Who are the judges, by the way? We got Jesser. He's a YouTuber, I think. Baron Davis. Cool. KG is not happy already. T-Mac, he's looking at KG like, can you believe this shit? And then Jason Richardson, thank God they didn't put Karl Malone on it this year. Why did they do that? I don't know. Stephon Castle's hair looks cool when he jumps, so there you go. Yeah, kind of a I wouldn't even give him that much. Oh, here's my boy Buzelis. What do we got? What? Matas. Come on, man. Come on. No. No. Come on, Matas. Come on, Matas. Oh, no. Oh, he's doing it. Not again. Oh, fuck. Oh, so at least... Oh, yeah, no, Steph. No. No. This ain't going well. How did he get a 40? Is 40 the lowest you can go? Why does he not get a 0? He didn't dunk the basketball. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? Matas, just shut up, dog. Just shut up. What are we doing, Andre? Looks like he missed the... God damn it. I can do that. I can do that. Hey. Okay. Come on. Did he just say you have to put the pressure on McClung to make a dunk? That white boy... Oh, it just occurred to me. Oh, that's a weird frame to pause it on. It just occurred to me that Mac McClung has now won 3 straight dunk contests, all during Black History Month. Just let that sink in a little bit. Just let that sink in a little bit. All right, what are we giving him for a rating? What are we giving him? Really? So like he's only getting like 5 points more than Matas, and Matas didn't dunk? I don't understand. Yeah, that's rough. What? No. No. Put the Kia away, Mac. No. What are we doing? What are we? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is this first dunk? What are we doing? Oh. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm with you, Spike. I'm with you. Holy. He is clear over. Oh, Lord. Who's that dude he's taking the ball from? Just putting his nuts right over his head. Oh, my God. I got to get out to a Pensacola Magic game right here. Damn. No, that's insane. Ooh. Oh, almost fell in that dude's lap. There we go. We recover, though. We recover. All right. Yeah, that's a 50. All right, what's... Let me see the other dunks. Let me see the other dunks. Matas is getting ready. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Okay, yeah, like don't get it wrong. That's hard. That's hard, but, like, it was so soft. Like, he laid it in so soft. Oh, Matas. I need you to do better. I need better, but I didn't expect better. All right, what do we got from Andre Jackson Jr.? It looks like he's about to do another in-game dunk. Yeah, like, I can't do that, but come on, man. That's an in-game dunk. Get out of here. Giannis, sit down. Oh. Yeah, no, he's like, oh, never mind. Never mind. What are we giving this? KG is like, come on, man. Come on, man. What do we got from Stephon Castle, right? Like, it's nice. Like, he floats. Don't get me wrong. Like, he floats, but, like, that's not a dunk contest dunk, y'all. We need other people in this. We need other people in this. Fine. I really don't care about the raise. Clearly, Mac McClung is going to run away with this. What are we doing, Mac? Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Wait, why did he turn so quickly there? Look, he looks away and then just, like, whips it back. He's so high. Was that Ryan Dunn right there? Look at Ryan Dunn's reaction right here. Like, look at Ryan. Is that Ryan Dunn? Oh, my God. That is nuts. That hang time is crazy. This is probably going to be a little bit longer video than typical, so I hope you guys are cool with that. God damn. I could have done this its own video. Yeah, all 50s, but I figured this would be more fun. Oh, what do we got here? What do we got here? So Castle made it. That makes sense. What do we got here? Oh, shit. Oh, that was actually crazy. Oh, he makes the shot, catches it out the net, between the legs. Oh, shit. That was actually crazy. Oh, we needed to start with that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, that shit crazy. That's a 50. That's a 50. All right, 49? No, that's a 50. Oh, no, that's pretty crazy. Come on, Jesser. No, what is he doing? What is he doing? What? No. The 2, not the 2. Oh my, no. On a spinning target, grabs that ball. Oh, y'all don't know how hard that is. Oh, he's so up there, too. That's crazy. What is he going to do to wrap it up? Oh my gosh, yeah, Buzelis, yeah, boy. Buzelis, sit the fuck down. You pissed me off with this, dog. Yeah, that's a 50. That's a 50. All right, he might be the best. He might be better than Levine, Vince, all of them. What are we doing, Stefan? What are we doing, Stefan? What? Let me see this. What did he do? Whoa, wait a second, wait a second. Oh, wait, no, I don't think y'all realize, like, look, he doesn't, like, just go behind the back and then cuff the ball to come up. He, like, palms it back up. That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually extremely difficult. Okay, give that... He give that one a 50. That was, like, more of the 49-48. That's difficult, though, so shout out Castle, man. He at least, like, made a little bit of a case for himself. All right, Mac, finish it off for me. All right, what do we got here? We got dude on a platform right here. So he's made this dude even taller. He's gonna just jump over and straddle another man in this competition, which, like, look, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the hardware, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I muted it. Oh my god, he's up there. Oh, I messed up the clip. I messed up the clip. All right, we're still reacting. We're still reacting. We're taking it all in. Here we go. Goes up. Oh, he did not put it off the rim. Yeah, he's saying watch the replay. He just, like, tapped it on the rim, didn't he? Oh, he's clear up there. His head is above the rim. Tap, and then dunk. Oh, that was probably the least impressive one he's done tonight, and that's a 50 still. That's insane. Okay, so, yeah, that's crazy. Mac gets a 50. There you go. Mac's actual three-peat. That's crazy. This white boy, he's the best to ever do it. He's the best. That might have just sealed it there for me. I don't know. I don't know, but that's insane. Okay, let's go do the rookie report. Alrighty, now that madness is over, let's get back to talking about, like, everything else that's not so hype, right? So our rookie report here, for those of you unfamiliar, basically we have this ordered in terms of points per game, as long as you've played at least 35 games, as is our standard over here. If we were to take away our 35 points per game, you'd see a couple other names enter the list, the Jared McCains, the Justin Edwards of the world, the Quentin Post, but obviously you got to play a certain amount of games in order to qualify. And the reason we have it in this order is we did a small study, found that points is normally the highest correlation to who wins Rookie of the Year. To just go through, we're going to talk about each person, and then we're going to see if my box score knowledge is actually good, if I can remember if they had a good week or not. Stefan Castle, I know he had a good week here. Yep, 18 points per game. Didn't do great in the dunk contest, but didn't do bad either. Solid contestant at the end of the day. I said it again. God damn it. There needs to be like a swear jar or something here for it. 56% from the field, 44% from three. I know it's not a huge clip, but hey, we're starting to hit, man. We're starting to get there. Still making a lot of little mistakes, as with any rookie, but Stefan Castle looking nice right now. Reese Shea is up to number 2 on the list. I know he had a solid week this week. There we go. 13.5 points per game, 2 and 2, was getting a steal a game. Efficient from the field. Love to see that out of Reese Shea, man. Glad to see we're on an upward trend right now. Since coming back from the injury, it's been good. I think Sar didn't play much this week. It was like one game. Yeah, it was just one game. Wasn't a great game, so take it as is. It's one game for Sarge. Wells had a bounce back week though after a couple down ones, back to his like 13-ish points a game, which is pretty close to his average on the year, which is about 11. Shot at 41% from 3, 52 from the field. That's awesome. Zach Edey, I know, was not as good in his games. Yeah, no, pretty poorest actually. 4.7 rebounds, 40% from the field. Didn't make any threes or anything. We don't expect him to necessarily. Obviously good averages on the year all around. This felt like one of those weeks where like he always backs down and then he always just like gets pushed out further from the rim and then kind of has to do like the little fadeaway shot. As you're playing against more athletic people, that shot's not going to fall quite as often, and that's what it felt like was kind of capitalized on him this week. Dalton Connect back with the Lakers, played in one game. Yeah, played fine. Played fine. No complaints there. That's Dalton Connect. Bub Carrington, did he have a good week? I feel like he had another good week, which is good because he's not been a very good player this year. Bub Carrington, okay, 14 points per game, 5 and 6. 42%, 43% from three. It was just 2 games, but still a good week. We celebrate that. We have to celebrate the little victories with these guys. Bub Carrington, he's been one of the probably worst players in the NBA this season. I'm just being honest with you. Statistically, he's probably on that list. If we could, I'll go check, just because otherwise I'll have Wizards fans up in my grill about it. 29.5 minutes per game. Let's go over here. Fine, what was it? It was 29.5. Carlton Carrington, he is literally the first percentile in win share. So he is one of the worst players in basketball right now. We can see, actually, the worst in terms of win shares. EPM is a better statistic to say, like, hey, who's the best, like, player here, but Bub Carrington is third overall, so, or a third percentile, so take that as you will. But we're hopeful for him. Seems like he's trying to do the right thing out there defensively. It's been a struggle for him, so we'll see. He's young. Give him time. Don't give up on people. Kalel Ware, I know the three-point shot isn't falling right now, no, but the rest of it, not so bad. 10-7, you take that, and he's gonna try to get himself into the Rookie of the Year race, it feels like. Missy kind of starting to wear off a little bit, especially since with Zion coming back. The spacing has been even worse for the Pelicans, but hey, he's Eve's Missy. We hope for the Clint Capella type. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have him next to Zion long term, but you did well with like the 20th pick or whatever. Tristan da Silva, I know he had another bad week, but look, it's a team that can't really support him right now. Franz and Paolo are your best players, and there's no shooting on the team whatsoever, and you're part of the reason why, but regardless, there's not much being done to help Da Silva out there, right? So we need better play because he's a little bit older, but I can't blame him too much either. There's just no space. Keyshawn George, why do I feel like he had like an okay field goal percentage week, not great three-point percentage? Actually, the opposite. There you go. I'm not always perfect with this stuff. 13 points per game, 8 rebounds. We love that out of Keyshawn. 1 steal, not too bad. Don't look at plus minuses for stuff like this. Just don't. The Wizards aren't very good. So, hey, better week for Keyshawn. Jacoby Walter, I don't remember, honestly. Yeah, not that impactful. Didn't play like a ton of minutes overall, so kind of a nothing. Isaiah Collier continues to have like some interesting statistical games. 13, 9, and 5. Efficient from the field. Still turning the ball over a ton. Still really, really bad defensively, but offensively we're going somewhere. A little bit confused what the Jazz are trying to do with him, but we'll see. Kyle Filipowski had some cool clips where he was like getting up and down the court in transition and going the whole way. Efficient week of basketball this week, so hey, shout out Filipowski, man. I'm not personally the highest on him, but we'll see. And Ryan Dunn continues to fall down the rotation. So there you go. Yeah, the offense is just rough. We need better. If we could take a look at other guys around the NBA, Reed Shepherd actually got minutes this week, and it went bad again. So he played in 3 games this week. It didn't go well. He was getting bullied defensively, and he just can't hit his shots. So sorry, the kid's just not ready yet. Give him time, though. Ron Holland, also a pretty bad week of basketball. Even defensively, his numbers were pretty bad this week. It's unfortunate. It's just what's going to happen sometimes with young people, especially the ones that maybe are a little bit behind developmentally in terms of learning the game and such, but such an interesting physical profile, good effort. Hopefully they can develop him into something there long term. But if we look at like his numbers for the year, not great. Not great overall, but he's a rookie, so we'll give him time. Salon, he was back up with the team, and I believe it didn't go well for him either. No, not that good, but 9 points, 5 rebounds. I guess you take the little bit of good things there, but yes, very inefficient. Taking too many threes. He starts his three-point shot too low. We didn't expect the three-point shot to be really a thing coming in this year anyway, but it started out kind of as something, so that's why we talk about it. Donovan Clingan now. He had himself a week here. Donovan Clingan is such a weird player to watch right now. Do I say this? I think I'm going to say it. He's playing like Angel Reese a little bit. Defensive monster. Getting every single rebound, but most of his rebounds are him just missing bunny shots right now because I don't think he's in great shape. I'm not saying Angel Reese isn't in shape. I don't know about that. But Clingan just seems a lot slower than he was in college, and again, I think we just got to get him into better shape because he is enormous. But like he is missing some point-blank shots, like he's not dunking the ball as much as he used to, so we got to get him right. But hey, good week of basketball for him this week. Is Rob next on the list? Yeah. So Rob, along with the rest of the Timberwolves rookies, we're just going to group them all into one. Not the best like week in terms of efficiency, but they're helping the team, at least in my opinion. You've heard me say this whole year, the Timberwolves need to get the young guys out on the court. I didn't imagine Jalen Clark being one of them, but we need to get these guys out on the floor because they're going to work hard, they're going to run fast, and that's going to help Ant. at with I almost said the phrase. I know, but I think that is more beneficial to Ant and the team long term. Obviously, Julius Randle being out has helped that speeds up the pace. So while these guys are a little bit inefficient right now, I think you take the upside of it. I know the defense is a struggle for like Dillingham as well. We knew that coming in. He's going to be hot and cold. I'd still rather roll with these guys. I think you just put dogs around Ant and let the team go as is from there. Moving on to Cody Williams. Cody Williams is legitimately, like, unfortunately the worst player in the NBA, and it's not even close. Like, it just is. It is hard to watch him play right now. He's considerably worse than I thought he would be, and I feel bad saying that. And look, we knew he was going to be a project, right? So that's still how we're looking at him. We're going to have to give him at least 2 years to kind of try to figure it out, but it does not look good right now for Cody. But we'll be hopeful. My boy Buzelis, I'm sure his numbers are going to be like average, right? Yeah, no, fine. Overall, 11 points per game this last week. Cool. The averages are going up. He might find himself on this list pretty soon, which is cool, I guess. But I mean, his game is still just so like transition, getting open dunks, cutting off of other people, which that's cool. I'm not sure if I see something huge long term. Again, I don't think Devin Carter even played this week. He didn't. Okay, so no Devin Carter this week. Other rookies that we want to take a look at. I'm trying to think, who else would we really want to like dive into? Terrence Shannon, obviously one of the Timberwolves rookies. That was cool. Mogbo is always an interesting one. Just looking here, is AJ Mitchell back yet? I don't think so. I think he's still out for a while. Yep, AJ Mitchell's still out. He's another guy that would have been potentially on this list, but again, not enough games played. He's having a really good season though. Overall, Jamal Sheed's another one that's interesting. Bronny James crushing it in the G League right now, so shout out to Bronny. Justin Edwards, that's another one. Him and Quentin Post. I don't think Edwards' efficiency was that great this week, but regardless, like 8 points, almost 4 rebounds, not bad efficiency for a rookie. I'm really curious to see where this guy goes long term, because again, he was a very highly touted prospect. And then let's look at Quentin Post, because it's fun to see this Warriors big man just chucking threes. He had one of the worst travels that was not called. It was like yesterday or 2 days ago, or no, it wouldn't have been. It would have been earlier this week. He had a really bad travel that nobody called, and people were like, wow, look at that Euro step. But hey, shout out Quentin Post, man, shooting shit out of the basketball. So good for him. But anyway, that's our rookie report. Let's go take a look at the standings. Alrighty, start out in the Eastern Conference. Cleveland Cavaliers and the Celtics, they're still doing their thing. The Knicks players, we talked about it. Need some bench players. We can't keep playing these guys this many minutes. It's going to go bad at some point. We're just waiting for it to go bad. Indiana Pacers feel like they're starting to kick it into high gear. We continue to kind of monitor that and watch it. They feel like they're going to be able to hold on to the 4 seed, especially with the Bucks. We'll just brief them quickly. Giannis and Dame are down, which means this team could start to spiral, because they have been holding this team up this whole year. So I guess we'll see. The Pistons, you guys won 3 games this week. Who else did you beat? Was it like, oh, I clicked on the wrong team. Didn't y'all beat Charlotte or something? Was that the other team you beat, so they weren't that good? It was Charlotte. But hey, you won 3 in a row. You won 4 in a row because you beat the Sixers, who you're supposed to beat. And then you were close with the Cavs. That's great. Things are going well right now. We appreciate it. There's 3 games above 500 right now. Good for Detroit. If I could just say one thing quick, and those of you that watch this channel know where I'm going with this. Can you guys just play Malik fucking Beasley more minutes, please? 27 minutes per game. Let's pull up Mr. Beasley's minutes from this last week. 21 minutes a game, 18 points per game, 53% from 3. One of those games they were crushing the Bulls, so that's why a little bit. But still, this guy's one of the best players in basketball in terms of like estimated plus minus and everything. Just put him on the basketball court, please. Defensively, he's fine. Like offensively, he's amazing. He just broke the Pistons record for threes made. Just play the man more. I know, and I know it's working well right now, but they're playing Tim Hardaway Jr. 28 minutes. Just play Malik more, please. It's all I ask. It's all I ask. Magic. It's going rough right now. Paolo Banchero taking bad shot after bad shot. He's not really efficient from anywhere. I'm not saying you should give up on Paolo Banchero. He's incredibly talented. Franz is kind of just better at this point, and I don't think that's such a bad thing, but this team is suffering from being literally the worst shooting team of all time. We've talked about it the whole year. I don't need to beat a dead horse. You guys needed to add some shooting. You kept with just your defense, and this is where it's gotten you. And you're not helping now, and now Paolo has no help, right? It's just him and Franz trying to make something happen, and it's not there. So it's unfortunate. It really is. The Atlanta Hawks, what are they going to do the rest of the year? I don't know. Didn't Karis LeVert have a good week with them in his first week? Yeah, look at that. 19 points per game, 9 rebounds, almost 5 assists, block and a half. Great efficiency. Shout out to you guys. You guys got Karis LeVert, but you traded DeAndre Hunter. That made no sense. What are the Heat going to do the rest of the year? I don't know. We'll see. Point guard Tyler Hero is here to stay. Apparently, my Chicago Bulls, y'all just piss me off. Y'all just piss me off. That's the best I can say. Sixers, can y'all just do something? Can you please win some games? Please just win some basketball games so I can get out of the play-in. I don't want to be in the play-in again. I don't want to have to watch a play-in game and then do a video on it. I really don't. I don't want to watch my Bulls do that. The Nets, they probably could be doing a better job of tanking. They've won 3 in a row. Who's winning these games for them? Can we just like talk about this? Who are they beating right now? They beat the Hornets. Okay, fair. They beat the Heat. That's kind of fair. The Wizards beat them. Okay, so who else did they beat? Oh, they beat the Sixers. Okay, so yeah, like those 3 games, I can kind of understand it. So what is it? Just Cam Johnson? Is Cam Johnson the only one doing it? That's all I can really remember. No, it's not really Cam. It's not Russell, right? So I know, yeah, he didn't have the most efficient week. It's not Claxton. Like, it's just, they're just playing solid basketball, I guess. Good. Is it Jalen Wilson? It was Jalen Wilson, wasn't it? Nope, definitely wasn't Jalen Wilson. So, I don't know. Nets lose more basketball games. It's not that hard. Just don't play your guys. Raptors, kind of hard to watch at this point. We'll see. The Hornets and Wizards, really hard to watch at this point. But shout out Jordan Poole. He's playing good basketball right now. Even if it's not the most efficient, he's trying his best out there. The Thunder, they're the Thunder. They've got Chet and Hart back, or Chet and Hartenstein out there. Very cool. Neither of them blowing you away with statistics, but that's what Shea and J-Dub are for. Everyone else just kind of doing their thing. Also, like Isaiah Joe, just subtly crushing it for them, and Aaron Wiggins as well. Shout out to those guys. The Grizzlies are so fun to watch. I look at this team and I just go, wow, like, how did they acquire so much basketball talent on one team? But I don't know. I can't get over how much fun they are to watch. Shout out Jalen Wells for playing well this week. The Denver Nuggets are just going to keep doing their thing. They're in the 3rd seed. The Houston Rockets, I'm going to maintain my theory that I think they're going to fall off pretty heavily. I think they're in a really interesting spot where they've determined that Amen might be the best player in the team. But you look at him and he's not like the shot creator type. Like, he's not the one that's going for 30 points, right? So you're still looking for like that star player. I think Amen's going to be a really good player, but where are we going to find that like next level guy with this team, right? To where Amen and like a Şengün can be the complementary pieces to it. So kind of an interesting point to be in. The Lakers, what are they going to do with their lack of centers? We don't know, but they're winning basketball games right now. The Clippers, I saw Norm Powell take the cleanest 3-point jumper this week, and it made me so happy. Just shout out the Clippers, man, for trying to stay competitive. I'm pretty comfortable with saying that this is going to be one of those teams that just is always trying to win every single year at this point, because it seems like that's the goal. I feel like Tyronn Lue could just be like a forever coach for them as well. So something to watch for. The Timberwolves, keep playing the young guys, man. Just keep doing it. The Mavericks, you're cursed. I'm sorry. Kings, what are you guys doing? I don't know. The Warriors, Jimmy Butler's kind of working so far. It doesn't look great, and Jimmy Butler's stats aren't like crazy, but it looks like okay on the court together. But they just have not a very good roster overall. So I don't know. Buddy Hield's still not hitting jumpers, right? Buddy Hield wasn't actually like any good this week either. No, quite poor actually. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with Buddy Hield. You guys broke him. He was working fine at the beginning of the year. The Suns. This is very sad. Why don't you guys play Nick Richards more? Look at Nick Richards this last week. 22 minutes per game, 8-8, or 9-9 almost, 70% from the field. Who was it that threw the ball off his head this week? That was so funny. He threw it right off his big old dome. Hilarious. But I don't know. Suns fans, it's getting rough. Spurs, just be patient. Just be patient. Fox is hurt, and I wouldn't trip about it. He's going to keep playing through it. Just let the chemistry build. Be a bad basketball team. Get another high draft pick or two, because you have the Hawks pick as well, which is very, very exciting for you guys. They're up here, and they're still not good. They're 26 and 29. They're barely better than you. Just remember that. So you're going to be okay. you're gonna be okay. The Portland Trailblazers, stop winning basketball games. I don't understand. Play Klingon more, play the other guys less. Let's get Scoot Henderson going because he's had some moments. I don't think he was very great this week. He might have only played one game, but still. The Jazz, they at least, like, after the Lakers beat the brakes off of them, they beat the brakes off the Lakers, so good for them. That's the sign of at least a disciplined basketball team, despite them being bad, so I give them a lot of credit. Then the Pelicans. If you're a Pelicans fan, this is all you need to see right here, is that Zion Williamson is really, really good. He's healthy right now. And you know what? You might get Cooper Flagg. And if you get Cooper Flagg and Zion, or like Ace or Dylan Harper or something, could be scary hours. Y'all just got the craziest lottery luck, so it might just work out for y'all. But yeah, that was this last week in the NBA. I know it's a longer video. I've been recording for an hour right now, and I still have to do my comment to the video, so let's not waste time. Let's jump into it. All right, y'all, the comment to the video comes from this latest mock draft video here. You should go give that a watch, and go watch the Thomas Sorber video as well. I really want these videos to do solidly on the channel, but I know the educational content isn't always for everyone. We make a lot of jokes in it, so I don't know, give it a watch. I think it's fun. The comment to the video is this Ivan Mariano 8,000. They asked me, do you think there's actually a chance of Cooper Flagg returning? Is it high? So Cooper Flagg basically came out and said, like, no, I'd love to stay back in college. That's kind of the plan. I basically explained it like, no, this is just a negotiating tactic. We see whenever there's like a for sure #1 pick, like you kind of lose some negotiating tactics, some negotiating leverage, right? When it's very presumed of what you're doing in life. So basically they're trying to put some variables into play to be like, oh no, we could return and everything. Nobody actually buys it, but it puts something on the table that people didn't think was there before, and it's just helping him like make money moves behind the scenes. So no, I don't think there's any chance. I'm pretty sure he's just going to go #1 overall to whoever, but who knows, right? Who knows? Anything could happen, so we'll see. But no, I don't think there's a high likelihood. But hey, go leave me a comment. Maybe you'll be the comment to the video. Make it something fun. Don't be something crude, because I have had some people say you should do like a nasty comments video, but I'm like, oh, that'll just encourage other people to do it. But it would be really funny, so I might do it anyway. But anyway, appreciate you guys as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks so much. Bye.